The drunk driver was merely performing racing maneuvers on the street. Upon noticing this, the police immediately pulled him over to the side of the road. Seeing that the two people in the car reeked of alcohol, the police deliberately placed their hands on their guns and asked them to get out of the car for inspection. After searching them, they found nothing amiss. But when searching the trunk, Nick clearly began to feel nervous. He accused the police of intentionally targeting him, and the woman in the car impatiently asked the police if they had a search warrant. The police realized the two were dangerous and promptly drew their guns, ordering Nick to raise his hands and kneel.
Get off fucking ground!
The woman stepped out of the car and began to verbally abuse the police, stating that she would hire a lawyer to sue them for abuse of power. The police demanded that they raise their hands so they could be seen, but the woman not only refused to comply, but also reached into her upper pocket, intending to pull out her phone to record the incident. The police responded decisively and appropriately.
I'm reaching for myself!
Nick charged at the police officer, knocking the gun out of his hand. However, the officer was well trained and quickly subdued Nick with a few punches. Nick continued to struggle, using brute force to push the officer away and pick up the gun from the ground. The police officer died on the spot. The two realized they had caused a major incident and quickly fled the scene with the gun. They drove until the car ran out of fuel and parked it by the roadside. A kind-hearted man drove by and offered to help, but the two pointed the gun at him, forced him into the trunk, and stole his pickup truck. However, while they were committing their crimes, surveillance cameras were recording everything. The footage of them killing the police officer was captured clearly by a nearby surveillance camera. The video spread online and quickly became a hot topic. The two men, fearing retribution, went into hiding. However, the police vowed that they would track them down across the entire United States and bring them to justice. The two fugitives were soon spotted by a police officer, but he chose to side with his fellow countrymen rather than uphold justice. The two eventually fled to the airport, intending to escape to Vietnam. However, the police had already set up an ambush at the airport, surrounding it completely. The two could no longer escape. The police initially offered them the chance to surrender, but the two refused to give up, leaving the police with no choice but to empty their magazines.